Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Aries for the month of February or from the time you view this video. Now, it is a general reading, and that means, of course, that it may or may not resonate with you. So if this doesn't sound like your story, like your situation, check your other placements. Your messages could be there. The first card we have is the card of love. This card can indicate that someone is returning from your past. So you are either faced with this right now, or this will soon be happening. I feel like you may have to make a choice here. You see, we're here to learn that love is as multifaceted as we are, and that love is neither intrinsically good or bad. Love is a cosmic force that will shape us or break us, depending on how we choose to experience it. And just as we have a choice in what we experience, we have a choice in how we perceive and experience love. So, if this is someone from your past, it is addressing that. I mean, it's possible that this person still has an influence over your emotions, okay? And you will need to explore these feelings. You may need to ask yourself, are you holding on to a love that has served its purpose? Or is this one of those loves that deserves a second chance because it ended for all of the wrong reasons? Are you coming to a place of realization that you could have made a mistake and walked away from this too soon? The card asks you to just be sure that nostalgia does not have you in its grip. Relationships generally end for good reasons, and sometimes when we look back to the past, we remember only those things that made the relationship feel sacred and passionate instead of remembering the reasons it ended. If the relationship is to be rekindled, be sure the foundations are solid and not built on quicksand. Also, for others, the love card is not just about a past relationship with another person. Sometimes sometimes the past love is like an interest or an idea that we've walked away from because we were afraid to take a chance. If you're finding yourself drawn to such an idea once more, decide whether you are willing to commit to that interest in the same way that you would commit to a person, for example. So, are you willing to invest the time and passion in nurturing that relationship? Or would you soon lose interest in the same way, or for the same reasons that you walked away the first time, you know? Decide whether it is truly a love or just an infatuation in both cases, okay? Is it worth an emotional, mental, or physical investment, or are you just wasting your time? Because the last thing you want is to prevent a new love from finding a place in your heart because you're holding on to a past love that no longer serves, you know. Now, it's possible that someone might have to make a choice. I keep getting this, okay? So one of the most difficult things to do is remove a person from your heart. To let go of love when it no longer serves us is sometimes easier said than done. You know, I mean, you may have let go of this in the past, and then the person returns and you still got these feelings because you never really dealt with them. So, but there comes a time when it's necessary to release the dreams and fantasies about what was and accept the reality of what is. If a relationship is over, yet you still hold on to what is not meant to be, then you risk closing yourself off to new relationships. The right one may be there in front of you, but you cannot see it because your heart and head are full of thoughts of the wrong one. It can be when it appears, suggesting that it is time to say goodbye. But it can also be saying goodbye to negative talk that goes on in your mind. If this is the message for you, then it's time to hush that voice in your head. You know, I mean, there can be times when that voice is your conscience guiding you, but with this card, it is more likely that it is that little voice that needs to be ignored because it is merely fear preventing you from doing what you know would make you happy. Yes, and so we have the card of choice here. So indeed, there is a choice to be made. Are you spending all of your time looking for options and opportunities because you do not like the options that have been presented to you? For some, you will be with somebody else and the past returns and you are having to make a very difficult emotional choice. Sometimes our searching fails to uncover a choice that brings us happiness or an outcome that we desire, so we continue to look, hoping that something better will come along. In this way, we may be only delaying the inevitable. The choice card symbolizes a need to accept that sometimes the only choice available is the one that we do not want to make. Sometimes we have to choose the next best option or the path of least reward. Sometimes the path of least reward will lead us to unexpected treasure. Sometimes we are limited to a choice that will bring us happiness, albeit fleeting, and one that will not, a choice between immediate gratification and self-sacrifice. Make your choice with the awareness that instant gratification might not prove to be the most rewarding option here. Do not allow a fear of being unhappy or disliked or having to work hard or go without prevent you from making a choice that will bring greater rewards and benefits in the future. Consider that your procrastination or your inaction may result in someone else making a choice for you and creating a future that is even less to your liking. And the final message is the fixed moon. Hold your vision. So, there are two main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation, is that something is stuck. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. So if that is the case, think about what you can do to kind of grease the wheels so that the events move forward. Are you being stubborn? Are you sitting back on a decision? If so, then, if so, then, well, that's good, because because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. So in this case, it's like telling you that you can make this change. You can still make this change. So stop dragging your heels and make it. Take the action. Be the one to break the deadlock. So with two interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what is going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. So, do not procrastinate, okay? Both of these cards are telling you that you need to take action. Because if you don't, someone else may make a choice for you, creating a future that will be even less to your liking. So you need to choose. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings.